I don't like the guy. I'm voting against him. What doesn't make sense?
You're embarrassing the president.
He's got a margin of 533 votes. Must have a pretty low threshold of embarrassment.
It's grandstanding, Congressman. It's a cheap and easy way to get your name in the paper, only it's gonna make you look eccentric, like some kind of goofball crank.
I beg your pardon?
You're not embarrassing the president. You're embarrassing yourself.
Look.
You want the president's backing for anything you might actually want to accomplish this term, as opposed to pulling pointless little publicity stunts. You'll swallow hard whatever petty animus you bear toward the guy about to be the #2 man in your party, and you will give your president what he wants. A unanimous confirmation.
My petty animus is that Russell's not good enough, which is exactly what you've been saying to each other around here ever since his name was announced. You think I don't know how you got rolled on Berry Hill? Or forced to settle for this party hack? You've put someone second-rate next in line to a president with a serious health problem. You want to talk about embarrassment? Be embarrassed about that.
The North Koreans have canceled the pool spray at the sound check.
Okay.
He doesn't like people around when he's rehearsing.
Sorry.
Talk to Thiel.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a plan B.
The VP intro is finished?
Will's doing last touches.
Help him out, will you?
He's got it handled.
He was having some trouble. Look it over, punch it up.
Yes, sir.
Sir, something happened today at the briefing. I got questions about the economy, and I felt like I was tap dancing.
Saw it. I thought you were fine.
Deft, extremely deft.
As much as I appreciate your attempt to compliment me out of my point, I'm starting to feel a little self-conscious about our lack of vocabulary to describe the economy.
Didn't you get the bagel memo?
You could argue the president's got a responsibility to do it. Setting a positive tone conceivably helps bring about positive results.
It's not that I want to don a shroud. I just think the Pollyanna act's not wearing well. Sir, I'm worried that at some point, avoidance starts to look like maybe we just haven't noticed. We run the risk of appearing out of touch, like one of those presidents who doesn't know the price of milk. Sir, do you know the price of milk?
Not precisely.
Neither do I. Do any of us?
Okay, let's get on coming up with a language plan for talking more realistically about the economy. That session this morning with the advisors, everybody's got a magic lever they want you to push. I studied economics all my life, but in this job, only a fool is ever certain. You don't push any one lever. You want to push a little on them all.
From every theory in moderation.
Exactly. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Hey, Mr. President.
CJ. These negotiations are the real thing. I can't allow this defection. I know you disagree, but that's my decision.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's not that I disagree, sir. I'm disappointed.
We'll get someone from state to tell the kid.
No. I'll do it.
Sorry.
It's my call. I tell him. Is she okay?
Good morning. At approximately 5:45 a.m., a tornado touched down outside Maysville, Oklahoma. 27 bodies have been recovered and over 50 people are still missing. At Governor Wade's request, the president has declared a national emergency.
Will the president be visiting the site?
The president sends his condolences and prayers to the victims. He's dispatched FEMA Director Daniel Rubin to survey the damage and update him throughout the day.
CJ, when is General Alexander going to present his force readiness assessment?
General Alexander's only been chairman of the Joint Chiefs a week. Let's give him some time to find the paper clips. But if you'd care to get him a housewarming gift, he's registered at Bed Bath & Beyond. Chris?
Would you care to comment on reports that after losing Carrick to the Republicans, the president no longer trusts Josh Lyman to work with Congress?
Josh is one of the president's closest, most trusted advisors.
So he won't be stripped of his legislative portfolio?
Absolutely not. His portfolio always fluctuates to suit the president's needs.
Which are?
Food, water, an occasional ball game.
Governor Wade, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Sorry about the circumstances. So where are we?
Tornado ripped the railroad tracks right out of the ground. If you ask me, there's nothing scarier than 8-foot railroad ties flying through the air.
16 of the dead are from the trailer park. Over 100 mobile homes destroyed.
Of course. It's always the folks with the least who are hardest hit. These people are already pinching their pennies, what with the gas tax and the death tax.
Here we go. What's the median income?
31,000.
Was. The Safeway distribution center was right over there.
Mr. President,
Were you able to move the chancellor?
only 2 hours. Singer and the Blue Dogs really need to talk to you. I need
You know
to
when
get
you
back.
hear that a tornado has uprooted a tree? I saw it. 60 feet of roots from a bur oak yanked right out of the ground. I talked to this guy who flew B-29s in Korea. Made it back without so much as a split lip. Yesterday, his legs were crushed by a chest of drawers while he was sleeping.
Yeah. We'll be happy to have you back, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow, Leo. Hello. Need any help?
No, thank you, sir. I'm almost done.
I'm pretty good with a scouring pad.
That'd just be embarrassing for both of us, Mr. President.
You at the Red Cross?
I'm a volunteer. I drive a school bus for the district.
That must be very rewarding. Getting to know all the children, watching them grow.
I'm sorry. I lost 4 kids on my route yesterday. At first, you're just glad it's not your kids. But you gotta wonder, what kind of a God would do such a terrible thing? We go to church every Sunday. We try to do the right thing. What kind of a plan could this possibly be?
We both going to the ONDCP briefing?
No, we're going in here.
Gee, Toby, people are going to talk.
I'm curious. It wouldn't be for the obvious reason, would it?
What's the obvious reason?
You're a conservative. Maybe you'd love to see him stay on the bench. A liberal icon reduced to a quivering mass of octogenarian confusion.
Hold on.
Hanging on till he can be replaced by a paleo-Republican. Constitution's a living document. You stick to it like it's a boilerplate lease.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
Every year, he likes to hire a conservative clerk to argue with. And arguing with him helped me clarify the things I believe in. And one of those things is an independent court, above party or interest.
He has memory lapses. Drifts during oral arguments.
He has his good and bad
Associate
days.
justices are already postponing decisions, holding over important cases, going behind his back to assign opinions.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. There's no one else left, Joe. He's outlived his wife. His son shot down over Hanoi. It's just his clerks like you.
You can't do anything.
Let's go over there together right now, you and me.
To the hospital?
He'll see you. You tell me he's okay, and I'll call off the vultures.
Hey, Lisa, you catch the night shift?
6 to midnight. Steve's coming in to handle the overnights.
This is Toby Ziegler. Toby, this is Lisa Zimmer, one of the justice's clerks.
Sure, I've seen you on Crossfire. I hope you won't be offended, Mr. Ziegler, but we're keeping it to family only. You know, friends, colleagues.
I just came along to keep Joe company. I saw a coffee cart down the lobby. You want anything?
I'm good.
Lisa, I'll be downstairs when you're done.
So,
I don't know what they've told you, but he always bounces back. Joe. He always does.
sir. Mr. Chief Justice.
Joe, I gave him the president's regards. What'd he say? How is he? Was he coherent?
You know why I didn't want it to spread that I used to clerk for him? Because I knew that someday somebody like you would come up to me and ask me to do something like this.
So he's all right?
You guys, you think it's all a game. You're treating the court like it's Tammany Hall gone national.
Your side does it better. Pushing neoconservatives in swaddling clothes, hoping they don't grow a conscience, let alone a meager understanding of jurisprudence.
Maybe we could all do it better. But there is such a thing called judicial independence. A lifetime appointment. He's still alive, so he gets to decide when it's time.
What did he say? Or can he even speak?
He's fine, Toby. He was up, joking. He'll be back in chambers in a couple of days.
And I said no.
Let's be clear, sir. You will be held responsible for shutting down the federal government.
Then shut it down.
Mr. President?
Mr. Speaker.
Here they come.
6 minutes. The meeting lasted 6 minutes. That's good, right? Maybe not.
What happened?
There's no agreement.
How far apart are we?
They're leaving the building.
Without a continuing resolution?
Halfley said the only way he could sell it was with a 3% cut.
We had a deal at 1%.
He's bluffing. We'll never know because the president ended the meeting. Will.
It's only 8:30. We'll get a deal before midnight.
I don't know.
I'm gonna...
Yeah. I hate November.
No. Christmas came early this year.
So you want to talk about what just happened?
You were there. Make sure Nancy sees me in the morning about the IMETs to Indonesia. I don't want any training east of Kupang. Anything else?
We need a continuing resolution by midnight, or 940,000 federal employees aren't going to show up in the morning.
You give them your shirt and they want your belt.
We gotta get them back in.
Not tonight. Damn, I probably missed the first half.
Sorry?
Providence is gonna get a whooping from my fighting Irish.
Is he coming back?
What do you need?
Toby and Josh are here.
What the hell happened?
Heffley asked for 3%.
Now what?
We shut it down.
So unfair. We're already understaffed.
Yeah.
I've canceled tomorrow's meetings with SBA and the FCC.
You do realize you're not a special assistant.
Thanks for reminding me. How far out do you want me to...
Donna, listen carefully. You have to go home.
Seriously? So when Leo said everybody below special assistant,
He meant you.
That the way to prosperity is through innovation, allowing Americans to create more jobs rather than allowing government to create more bureaucracy. That's what this Congress is trying to fix. Stop the...
Your phones are ringing.
Yeah, Margaret went home.
What's the president doing?
Watching basketball.
Does he have a plan?
I think it was pretty spontaneous.
If it doesn't end now, it'll become a referendum on the Bartlet presidency.
Yeah.
You want me to talk to him?
No, I've got it.
George. Isn't this a bluff? I mean, there's going to be a deal reached by midnight, just like every year, right?
I cannot speak for Congress, but the president will not cut essential services, which is what their CR does.
Isn't it irresponsible of the president to refuse to sign disrupting people's lives and paychecks over 3%?
3% equals more than $1 billion in education funding, clean energy research, highway safety, to name a few. I'll get you exact figures.
The Speaker said this continuing resolution was the express will of both the House and the Senate.
It wasn't the will of the 196 congressmen and the 44 senators who voted against all 14 appropriations bills.
If these services are so vital, why isn't the president still negotiating?
taking stationery, a stapler, 3 pens of various colors, the budget files.
Why don't you just take them on disk?
Because I don't have a computer. Can I take a computer home?
Not unless you want 3 federal agents trailing you home.
Do I get to pick which 3?
I can survive for a day.
Is that all it's gonna last? A day?
Okay, take my laptop. Start a tally of programs affected by the shutdown and email it to me as you go. And don't read anything in the folder marked private. Don't take my laptop.
You coming? War room.
What's happening?
You remember when we went to Atlantic City?
We never went to Atlantic City.
You remember when I went to Atlantic City and I came back complaining that all the pro poker players suck all the fun out of the game? No cigars, no pizza or canned beer.
You played one hand?
Those guys, they bet the bank when they have a good hand. And you either fold or you go in all the way with them. I think the president's gonna stay in.
And how good is Halfling?
He's better than anyone we've seen on the other side of the table in a long time.
You're up to something. You lied to me about it. The president won't say what it is. But you work for me.
I do.
Tell me what you're up to. Tell me why half the caucus thinks we're squeezing gains. Or we have serious problems.
No problems.
There's a reason we have a chain of command. So people don't take flyers and I don't hand you their resignations.
I wanted to believe he could do it. I wanted to believe as much as he did.
This isn't Never Never Land, sir. Believing's not enough.
You would have stopped it.
Because it's my job.
It's my life, Leo. I'm the one who's accountable. Not in the morning papers, not in the Democratic cloakroom, but in 50, 100 years when Tuesday's poll samples have crumbled into dust.
You can't will yourself a legacy.
You think there's a room at the Smithsonian for guys who never even tried?
What do losers get to do about Social Security except receive it?
The losers can kick up enough dirt to keep the debate going. Maybe my letter will do that.
Make you a martyr?
Make someone else pick up the ball, inch by inch. We're moving the line of compromise.
This isn't Sunday school. It's the world capital of politics. I could have told you Gaines wasn't going to move.
He did. He said he'd move on private accounts.
You got the chairman of the Social Security subcommittee to move on private accounts? It's like inhaling a baby grand.
Yeah. Well, he's out now.
Turner.
What?
Roy Turner.
So you're saying that you'll ask the Democrats to trim benefits over the next 20 years, raise the retirement age over the next 60 years, and give up on this issue forever?
If I can tell them that you'll settle for small optional private accounts on top of Social Security and raise the income limit on Social Security taxes.
We protect FDR's legacy and admit changes have to be made to save it.
What about political cover?
We call off the stunts. The DNC won't use this deal against any Republican who votes for it.
What are the chances this passes the House?
A lot of Republicans would like to end the demagoguery on this issue. They'll be grateful that you approached me with a deal.
Actually, to sell this to Democrats, I have to say you approached me first.
No, that's a deal breaker for me. If it looks like a Democratic setup.
I can't look like a fig leaf for some risky scheme to shred Social Security.
We're saving it, not shredding it.
So you can drive a wedge into private accounts?
So you'd like to see it go into bankruptcy?
Closest we've been to a deal in 20 years, and it breaks down over who he approached first.
If he approached the Republicans, he's a right-wing sellout. If he approached the Democrats, he's a fire-breathing partisan.
Hard enough caving on principle without looking like you're caving on principle.
And we have a little problem called the Wall Street Journal.
We don't take credit.
What?
We don't take credit at all.
It's the only way.
He's from Congressman Bentley's office, and they're reviewing one of your NIH grants.
Thanks. Louis Foy? That's very nice. I'm sorry, which congressman? Which project? Let me put you on speaker so I can find my grants file.
The congressman is especially impressed with your work on, wait, I have it right here. Human papillomavirus in commercial sex workers in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Why the interest in Puerto Rico? Why focus on sex workers? Is that really of scientific value?
I just submitted my non-competing renewal, and there are 3 years left on my grant.
Can you confirm your home address?
How is that relevant?
The address we have is 536 Washburn Lane. Are you a registered voter, sir? Our records indicate that you're a registered Democrat.
I don't see how that's any of your
Can you
business.
tell me who you voted for?
Maybe she's overreacting. Maybe I'm overreacting.
Maybe.
He never mentioned her. He never made reference to her working in the lab at all.
Okay.
The old, let's lift up this rock and see if we can find something wiggling underneath game.
Just happened to be her rock.
She's so sensitive. You know, she'd freak if anyone even hints at nepotism. Tell me this is nothing to worry about.
This is nothing to worry about.
Toby.
Which congressman was it?
Bentley.
As in House reform. How many U.S. research labs come equipped with the president's daughter, whether they invoked her or not? They wouldn't have called unless they had something. Somebody's out for blood and they're targeting Ellie Bartlett. That's what I'd figured you'd say, Mike, but thanks for checking.
Your friend couldn't help?
My friend's a Democrat, which means no one on House reform or knows anything talks to him. What do you got?
Bupkis. I mean, unless Dr. Foy got some of the $2 billion Bartlett earmarked for HIV and AIDS research.
Foy's funding didn't come from that money.
If this is the president's brand of favoritism, Dr. Foy should find himself a new sugar daddy.
Where's Bentley?
I tried him again. His assistant promised she'd have him call you as soon as he gets off the floor.
He's not on the floor. There's no more votes today.
A field for exploration. Now, if somebody wants to do a study on depression in childless lesbians, I can't stop them.
It's Barbara Layton.
What good is using taxpayers?
And there's Bentley standing right next to her.
Zero benefit.
Get CJ.
I have a list of 255 projects supported by the Bartlett administration.
CJ, it's Toby.
Dr.
Tell him I'm already
Foy,
watching.
$1,788,000. Dr. Louis Foy.
Damn it.
Papillomavirus in commercial sex workers.
She has a list. She made a list. Haven't lists gone out with Joe McCarthy and hula hoops? And haven't these 255 scientists had to go through a rigorous review process before getting $1?
They knew about Ellie. Bentley and Layton knew that if they questioned Dr. Foy, Ellie would contact us and we'd come knocking hard and fast. And I walked right into it. It's a full frontal attack, and Layton's not gonna stop until she gets her televised investigation.
You don't think Layton cares about science?
She didn't have an opinion on artistic expression either, and then to help dismantle the NEA.
Let's not even dignify it. Put out a neutral statement saying the White House has no role in the NIH review process, refer all comments to the National Institutes of Health.
Well, we might want the fight. We just gotta find out what it is first. Rena, get me a copy of that list.
I'm right here.
Find out everything you can about the projects and the investigators, how the list was put together.
Okay.
Get on the NIH website, look for key words that appear in the project titles, like heroin, men who sleep with men.
They're coming after us.
Oh, yeah. We can't put our pieces on the board until we know what game we're playing. Just don't do anything. Just don't say anything. We don't want Ellie's name spilling out because we pressed the wrong button.
If we don't respond, it'll look like we have no response. I'm gonna need a party line.
All right, I'll talk to Leo.
No, not one of the daughters.
They haven't involved Ellie yet.
And you know what happens if the president finds out Ellie's getting dragged into a political tar pit? We won't be able to get him to focus on his breakfast order because he'll be asking for the launch codes. What's CJ think?
That we should hang back with a neutral statement.
Hiding under the covers isn't gonna work. Margaret! Set up a meeting with Toby and Layton for tomorrow morning. Let's see if we can negotiate our way out.
A meeting's a statement. Our guys will think we've caved. Her folks will crow. You know, she's not sitting down unless she comes out with a pound of flesh.
That's why I gave you till tomorrow.
The NSC principals are in the sit room.
Thanks. I'm sorry, but can we really justify spending $800,000 on a biocultural approach to the study of female sexual fantasy and genital arousal?
How can we afford not to?
Oh, who's following breaking crime news for me?
Me, nothing coming in that suggests FBI involvement.
FBI? He's just keeping Eric on his toes. Everybody get back to work. Go on.
Okay, hold on one second. CJ.
Yeah. I am here to articulate the president's message and to honestly inform the press and through them, the public, about what is happening on any given day.
They need you in Leo's now?
All of us?
They didn't say.
Okay, no big deal. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
You think the director of the FBI will let us in this?
Hard to tell.
I gather he's a pretty independent guy.
He is.
And not afraid of the limelight. So, typical morning so far?
Yes and no.
Because we're here?
I don't have to tell you about the Heisenberg principle.
The act of observing a phenomenon changes it.
Yes. All right.
They signed the waivers.
They what?
Yeah?
Oh, wait a minute.
Good work. Thank you. Sure. Nice to meet you.
Director Arnold, this is Todd Shoemaker and Agent Casper.
Director Arnold has a situation unfolding. It's not for White House comment at this time. In fact, we don't believe you'll be asked about it, but the director thought you should be made aware.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
We have 6 federal agents surrounding a remote cabin on Shaw Island in the San Juans, 20 miles off the coast of Washington State. A man named Jamal Othman, a naturalized Yemeni American, is inside with his family.
I'm sorry, is he being brought up on charges, or?
Othman was under investigation for arms trafficking. Our agents tracked him to his current location where gunfire was exchanged 90 minutes ago.
Gunfire?
President has been notified. We'll let you know when it resolves.
I'm sorry, but why do you think I'm not going to be asked questions about this?
Shaw Island is only accessible by ferry and by float plane. If the story breaks, it'll take news crews about 45 minutes, an hour and a half.
Our Seattle field office media rep is already setting up on site. If it comes to it, he's prepared to handle the press from there.
But when you say gunfire, I mean...
Thank you, CJ Will.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm just...
Thank you.
I am here to articulate the president's message and to honestly inform the press and through them, the public, about what is happening on any given day.
When we return,
CJ, they have it.
breaking news turns the White House upside down.
Is this another Casey Creek?
Afraid that's affirmative.
Serving at the pleasure of the president just gets better and better, Debbie.
Read my mind, sir.
Have we confirmed anything? So unless there's a problem, I will hold my location, yeah. I'm aware of that. I will not leave the residence.
What are they telling you, Leo?
40 minutes tops, assuming no other developments.
You told me 10.
Probably it'll be more like 10. Hey, you okay? I saw you slip out early.
Got a shift. Had to change my clothes.
The exit was a little conspicuous.
I wasn't throwing food.
The First Lady leaves before the President's speech.
Jed knew I could only be there for the first half.
Does anyone else know?
Hello. This is Dr. Bartlett. Would you tell Jerry I'm running late? Thanks.
What are you doing at this hour?
I'm at the clinic one night a week. Midnight, 8 a.m.
Graveyard.
We try not to call it that in front of the patients.
Midnight to 8 doesn't sound like you're handing out lollipops. Does CJ have anything to say about this?
CJ doesn't go to the clinic.
I'm saying that...
I know what you're saying.
You could have talked to somebody about this.
I talked to the president. He didn't tell you I was working nights?
No.
He never tells me anything either.
You're upset because the VP didn't use any of your jokes.
I'm upset because he didn't use any of anybody's jokes. Because he gave a humorless sermon at a humorous roast. Because he made the President of the United States look like a buffoon. Like he's squirting seltzer bottles while Pompeii's in flames, while...
Volcanic ash.
What?
Rome burned. Pompeii was blanketed in volcanic ash.
I want to know if Bob Russell's happy he upstaged the president tonight.
The vice president spent 3 hours as a pincushion. Dull jokes, stiff jokes, agribusiness jokes, unpreparedness jokes, immovable hairline jokes. He provided plenty of humor to the proceedings. He thinks these are serious times and didn't want to bow and scrape and tell knock-knock jokes to all of establishment Washington. You're damn right he was happy.
From now on, any joint POTUS, v-POTUS appearance, I clear his speech.
First of all, no. Second, you're mad because he didn't use your jokes.
Okay. The problem with Bob Russell jokes is he doesn't think they're funny. And no one else thinks they're jokes.
These are serious times.
And only the vice president has figured that out.
According to you, he's the only one tonight who didn't look like a buffoon. And he's the only one who wasn't taking your advice. So add one to the other and tell me what you get.
We're done here. Excuse me.
You need to close the door.
My office is 2 feet.
Strict procedures, Mr. Ziegler.
Guarantee the president would prefer.
I'll let you know when.
I'm not staying with this guy. You can...
Mr. Ziegler. Stay inside the room, gentlemen.
Oh, man.
So this is verified. Gold alert.
The office was sealed in less than 8 minutes. While the alarm's being verified, the scanner began a DNA diagnostic.
Malfunction still possible?
Yes, but while we rule out system error, Hazmat moves ahead with a sweep of the area.
Any shortness of breath?
Not really. I have a little allergic rhinitis, but no, the answer's no.
Ow!
Sorry.
That's my sinus on my frontal lobe. You feel any kind of burning sensation on your skin or eyes?
Not on my skin.
Eyes? They're pretty red.
That's all of them.
He takes that straight to Fort Detrick.
You'd hate for them to get lost.
Miss Fitter, what about your eyes?
The pollen count has been in the go-back-to-bed range all week.
Is your nose burning?
Running more than burning, but that's from the cloud of Chanel at dinner.
She's got a fragrance sensitivity she's kind of sensitive about.
Was anything actually sprayed on you at this dinner?
Well, actually, this won't count, but when I took my table mates to meet the president, I thought they were guests of Lino's, though it turned out they weren't. But while we waited for him to finish with the party ahead of us, I didn't even see the woman get in her bag and she spritzed right into my face.
You saying this aerosol got on you?
What we're talking about.
We expect an ID in 20 minutes.
Thanks, Ron.
Yes, sorry, Agent Butterfield, no one leaves. What? I'm calling Code Cam. We need to run a decon protocol. Are there chemical indications? Fitterer was sprayed with an unknown agent in proximity to the president. It's causing edema and burning to the eyes. I'm going to have to ask everyone to take a decontamination rinse in the shower, beginning with the president.
Oh, for the love of
We'll proceed one at a time and meet in the clean area. We should move as quickly as possible.
I'm all for the protocol, Major, but this is absurd.
My apologies.
We've got an oversensitive, overpriced piece of technology that's overreacting.
Yes, sir. You'll find written instructions in the shower. Now make sure you scrub vigorously and rinse your eyes.
Making a great impression, Doc.
Mr. President.
Ron will put in a good word to your CO.
Mr. President, get in the shower.